So, Joe Rogan announced on his podcast, he said, my contract is up in August. I might leave in August. It's possible. I like doing shit that scares me. I like doing stuff. I like taking chances. I like taking chances in that I like walking away from things. I like doing that. I like experiencing new things. You open up new doors. Your mind starts firing in different ways. I'm not a big fan of doing the same shit over and over again. Kind of like Mike Goldberg, but that's another story. Like when I do stand-up comedy, I have to go to different places. I like to go to weird spots, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Hopefully, he doesn't resign. So I was thinking of doing a video called Why I Hate Joe Rogan, and also another video, Why I Hate Mike Goldberg, and also another video, Why I Hate Dana White. And I was thinking of doing another video, if I ran the UFC, what I would do. And I would fire all those motherfuckers, especially Dana White. Joe Hogan out here. So why do I wish for Joe Hogan to not resign? Why I wish they would have fucking fired him. He does a good job commentating. He does a good job of commentating different positions, as we all know. The thing is, he overhypes the fuck out of everything. That's part of his job, yes. But listen, it's like almost every time we get a new champion, you are the best champion ever, once in a lifetime athlete. I'm just laughing. How many times have we heard him say that? You are a once in a lifetime, not just this decade, not just once in a generation, once in a lifetime, and overhyping the F out of everybody. Everybody. That's one thing that he always does. The other thing is, you guys, I talk about this so often. He's very biased on certain things, and fighters have called him out on it. Especially, he doesn't say this anymore because he actually fucking learned. He used to say, hey, if you're in the ground and you can't get up, tough shit, you stupid motherfucker. When's the last time you paid hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, to watch a fucking fight? You don't want to see that shit. People round winning, people holding each other down. But he already knows that. He learned. He doesn't say that anymore. He actually says the opposite now. So he learned that, hey, you dumb shit. Fans want to see fights. Anyway, not fucking round winners. So he learned. What I don't like about him is, this is the thing. Once you get to know people outside of what they do, outside of the octagon and whatever, you're like, all right, so either you like him or you don't. This guy, hell no. Number one, he's a drug addict. Number two, he tells people to do drugs. I don't fucking like drug addicts. I don't hang out with drug addicts. The other reason, which is even worse, is he fucking likes to kill animals for fun. Fuck that. Next subject. Other than his stand-up, his stand-up is not funny at all. At all. I've seen his stand-ups. I did not laugh once. He's funnier when he does improv stuff. Like when they dropped the bag of ice in the octagon, that was funny. It was improv. He was firing. Boom, boom. The other thing, I could honestly go talk about this guy for a long-ass time on why I don't like him. The other reason, his maturity level, his comic humor. Honest, oh man, I could fucking make this so long. I'll just say this. You guys know this if you've watched his podcasts, or even if you've just seen interviews with him. You remember when he had Dana White on his podcast, and they were on the plane, and he made that joke about Cyborg. That was funny. And the way he was talking, just like how he is in real life, the stewardess came up to him. It is just a very small example of just how his personality is. The stewardess came up, and he was talking about pussy or something like that. Dude, you're a grown man. You're in a public area. What goes on through this guy's mind, like, for him to talk in such like a vulgar way? Oh, he's a pussy, and dude, you're in public. This guy's mind does not work normal. Everybody in the world knows it. How many times does he talk about dicks, childish humor, monkeys, sperm? It's unbelievable. It's like it's on this guy's mind all the time. Literally, I went on YouTube and I saw he was live with Demetrius Johnson. I don't watch all his podcasts. I couldn't care less about when he has his unfunny as fuck friends on there. So I'm like, DJ, he has DJ on there. As soon as I turned in, He was talking about dicks and sucking dicks, and what is going on with this guy's mind that's all he thinks about is little kid, childish, dumb shit. And I'm sure if you've seen a little bit of his stand-ups, what does he talk about his stand-ups? Monkeys, shit, piss, sperm, masturbating, dicks, and all that shit. Something's fucked up with this guy. That's all he fucking thinks about, and that's all he thinks is funny. I also want to say this. So when you go for a job interview, what do? You get drug tested, right? Of course, everybody knows it. So imagine if you are in your job and you talk about drugs, you tell people to do drugs, and you're very well known for being someone who uses drugs. What do you think the employer is going to do with you? This is pretty much any employer. They're going to tell you to take a drug test, right? Because, usually the employer doesn't want drug users as employees, right? Of course. And if you already know this, employers go and check people's Facebooks and stuff like that to see what kind of person that they're hiring or what kind of person they hired, right? So imagine if they go on your Facebook and they see you like doing drugs or talking about drugs, they're going to drug test you, right? So here's fucking Joe Rogan, a fucking poster boy for doing drugs. And the fucking UFC is drug test heavy for their athletes, right? Oh, but not their personnel. Joe Hogan is excluded, right? Even though he's a fucking drug peddler, user, fiend, and tells people to use drugs. No, we're not going to drug test him. We're a private company, and we could do whatever you want. Just think about that, guys. In the real world, if you're like fucking Joe Hogan, you're going to get drug tested and you're going to get fired ASAP. But not this guy. This guy's morals, as we all already know, are... You should not look up to Joe Hogan in any fucking way. Any fucking way. He has little girls or whatever, little kids, and he's pushing drugs. He's pushing killing animals for fun. Like I said, I can make this so fucking long. But just think about that. Any normal situation where you fucking brag about doing drugs and you tell other people to do drugs, you're going to get drug tested by your employer and you're going to get fired. Joe Hogan is one lucky motherfucker, dudes. So, who do I think they should replace him with? And this, like I said, I was thinking of making a video if I ran the UFC. This might be a surprise to a lot of people, but to people who know what is up, not at all. First of all, fucking get rid of Mike Goldberg. Holy fuck, they should have done that a long time ago, but the UFC is loyal to employees that are loyal to them. But the fucking UFC are not dumb, and they know that nobody likes fucking Mike Goldberg. Joe Rogan even said that I'm not a big fan of doing the same shit over and over again. Fucking Mike Goldberg, that's all he does. That's his job. Joe Rogan has a lot of passion when he's watching the fights. You see him screaming. Mike Goldberg is the fucking opposite. He's waiting for the fight to finish so he can scream, "It is all over!" And then sometimes the fight doesn't end, and he goes, "It is all..." Never mind. You dumb shit. You suck. Please get rid of him. I hope Mike G's contract is up in August as well. Please. Anyway, this video is like about Mike Goldberg as well. As you can tell, he fucking sucks. I don't like him. Nobody likes him. Anyway, I do want to say this. Kenny Florian, John Anik, Brian Stan are all very good at what they do. John Anik is a little bit Mike G-like, a little bit, but he's a lot better compared to Mike G. You could get any one of those guys to replace him, but Jim Ross from the WWE, without a doubt. And I'm not even going to explain myself on that because I like people to do their own research. I don't like dumb people. I don't like drug addicts as well. Anyway, yeah, Jim Ross, if you've seen his interviews, well, I mean, you know his work. First of all, you know his work if you watch wrestling. But if you see his interviews where he talks about MMA, he is tremendously knowledgeable. The fucking UFC would be very, very, very lucky to have a guy like Jim Ross. If you even know a little bit about what he does, You know the type of person that he is, and you know what he brings to the table. But that's by far my number one choice of all. Mike G, Joe Hogan, get rid of him. Mike Goldberg, please don't resign. Please go do something else. Go commentating Red Bull Air races. And when the news reports that Joe Rogan died of a drug overdose, I will be the last person on earth to be surprised. Everybody, thank you for watching.